Now, y'all already know what time it is. It is time for the mess, so let's get into it. And what's good, you guys? It's your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Mess, okay? And we're here to talk about male toxicity, pretty much the stupidity that dudes be talking about when there ain't nobody around, or better yet, when people are around because they're just that stupid, okay? That's what we're here to talk about. But before we get into what we're here to talk about, let me tell you what I got coming up tonight. Now, you guys, the Bad Boys Los Angeles panel with myself, Jamar, and Maddie will be airing live tonight at 8/7 Central. That is 8/7 Central, where me, Jamar, and Maddie will be discussing last night's episode of Bad Boys Los Angeles. Now, I have not watched it yet. After I'm done with my videos, I will definitely watch it so I can be fresh with it on my mind when we do this live. But I've already seen this group chat. This group chat with me, Jamar, Maddie, Terrence, and Josiah has been booming. They've all seen the episode already. I ain't seen it yet. So I already know that Jamar and Maddie will read. And I know Maddie gonna be the main one that reads. So be on the lookout for that, okay? So that's pretty much it for now. So that's the only one that I'm gonna promote at the beginning. But as you guys always know, at the end of every video, I do tell you guys what else I got coming up at the very end of the video. I only remind you guys at the front of the video what I got coming up, like right after this. So, whatever. But anyway, let's get into today's mess, okay? Now, we're going to talk about a football player by the name of Channing Crowder. Y'all know I don't watch football. I don't know half these football players out there. But yeah, we're going to get into Channing Crowder. Now, on a podcast, he was talking about Ciara and Russell Wilson and how he feels like Russell Wilson is a square, and he questioned Ciara on how the hell she can go from Future to Russell Wilson, as if that's a bad thing, as if there's something to be ashamed of, as if that's something to be disgusted by. That just goes to show you what type of toxic masculinity we got out here, like the type of men that people think that we're supposed to have. And when I say we're, I'm not talking about men, I'm talking about women. The type of men that they feel like a woman should want, or whatever. Like that whole little conversation was annoying to me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read this article from TMZ, and then I'm gonna play the sound bite, and then I'm gonna give you my opinion. And because I'm a little refreshed today and I got a little bit of rest, this video could be longer than what the videos have been the last couple of days. Because I know one of my subscribers got my ass together the other day, okay? She got me together. She said, well, you know what, Scotty? I come here for your opinions, and all I really get is a sound bite, an article, and 3 or 4 minutes of your opinion, and then the video is over, and then there's a whole bunch of promotion for other shows. If you tired, take a rest. And I'm really paraphrasing it. She really got my ass together. But I have been very tired. I've spoken out about that. I've been pretty exhausted the last couple of weeks. I've talked about that. But today I was off and I got a little bit of rest, and then I got up finally about an hour ago, took a shower and put some clothes on. So now I'm ready. You know what I mean? I'm ready to get down with the get down. So let's get into the article, and then we're going to play the sound bite as well. So Channing Crowder thinks there's no way that Ciara will leave a guy like Future to get with Russell Wilson. At least not without some money motives behind the move. Yikes. The ex-linebacker made the inflammatory comments on a recent episode of his podcast, The Pivot, where they were talking about the Broncos quarterback and his wife, whom Crowder apparently feels is in the wrong relationship, invoking her ex of several years now. We'll let CC speak for himself here because he says a lot, and much of it is pretty mean. He calls Russ a square and speculates that Ciara's only with him for the cash. He also theorizes that there's no way that Ciara would ditch someone like Future and get with Russ, who's seen as his polar opposite, unless there was something deeper fueling her, because he thinks all women have a type, and he believes that Ciara has shown her cards. On Sunday, Crowder doubled down on his goofball jabs, posting an old photo of Russ at the NFL draft in 2012 next to his then girlfriend, Ashton Mean, who he mocked in the pod. Of course, he got a strong pushback from his fellow podcasters who tell him that women want peace and that Ciara and Russ are perfectly happy together as they've been married since 2016 and have kids together. So it seems as if the proof is in the pudding here, namely the fact that they've stayed together this long proves Crowder's train of thought isn't actually supported by reality. Russ and Ciara have been couple goals for a long time now, and yet this narrative still persists. Meanwhile, Russ, appears to have responded to all the renewed chatter cryptically. He tweeted on Sunday, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, forbearance, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Against such things there is no law. Seemingly, he's drowning out the noise and resorting to his initial focus, which is probably a good idea. So let me get the sound bite. I think that this is the sound bite right here. So because I did screen record it, but I did not know that TMZ had the sound bite available. So I think this is the sound bite. So let's play that.
One thing you brought up is Russell and Ciara. Yeah, if Russell ain't had that bread, she ain't gonna be with him. Russell square. Russell square. Ciara she has a good situation, but you gonna leave Future and get with Russell Wilson.
The thing is, I think that's what
you gonna leave Future and get Russell Wilson. Like, it's a type. Listen, bro, everybody got a type.
Yeah, that's true.
Everybody has a type. You gonna leave Future and get with Russell Wilson? He's so goddamn square, and I love him on the field. He's a square.
Shannon,
he's a king square.
Shannon, you go from this level of toxicity, you just want something stable. You want the guy that was sitting with that girl with that big old mouth at the draft that was laughing, and you knew she deserved to be with him.
Goofball?
Yeah, you want that guy.
You want to get with goofballs, huh?
Child. The stupidity, the fucking stupidity. Okay, so I'm about to come back on the screen, you guys. I had to get myself together because I think my eyes is hurting from rolling them to the back of my head so many times while he was talking because he sounds stupid. Okay, he really does sound stupid. So let me get myself together. Okay, let me get myself together. Okay, hold on one second. All right, so let's get into it. All right, so here's my thing with this. That was stupid. That was so stupid. And yes, everybody got their opinions. Everybody is allowed to speak their opinions, no matter how dumb they are. People are allowed to state their opinions and speak their minds on whatever the hell they want to. But that was just real stupid, and it just shows us how much toxicity men got and how much they worship that same toxicity that they spew. Let's make that clear. We see how much toxicity men have, and we see how much they worship that toxicity. For him to sit up there on their podcast and say, what woman do you know, and I'm paraphrasing, what woman do you know would leave Future for Russell Wilson? Why would she leave Future for Russell Wilson? Number one, I don't understand why so many people got a problem with Ciara moving on and upgrading her life. That's number one. Number two, I don't understand why people got an issue with Ciara and Russell's relationship anyway. I've seen a whole lot of people give them a whole bunch of backlash. Anytime there's a picture of them posted, they get backlash. Anytime Ciara speaks about how good her man is to her, there's backlash. People talk about Russell like a dog and want to say that he's this, he's that, and don't nobody really know what type of man he is. We only see what we get in public. But just looking at them in interviews and seeing them on certain talk shows and stuff like that, me personally, I really think that they are in love. I don't think they have the perfect relationship because no one has the perfect relationship. And I've always said this even publicly that I personally don't aspire to have the the most perfect relationship. I don't aspire to even have the most public relationship either. But I welcome the trials and the tribulations because the trials and the tribulations and the hard times and the bad times really strengthens your relationship anyway. So my thing about it is, why is it an issue that Ciara decided to move on with her life and get with a man that was more deserving of her and her time and more deserving to have her box, more deserving to be a father to her kids? What's the harm in that? And the fact is, you think because Future is not square, That doesn't make any sense as to why Ciara would leave him for Russell. It's called a woman wanting peace. It's called a woman wanting to move on with her life and give with somebody that's more deserving of their time and their and what they bring to the table. Ciara did not need to be with Future. Yes, a lot of us have a type. We all have had a type. I have a type, okay? And a lot of the guys that I've dated that were my type were not good for me. The type of dudes that I used to like, okay, let me tell you the type of guys I used to like. The ones with the saggy pants, with the tattoos all over their arms. They had grills in their mouth. They had, cornrows, or they had dreads in their head, had their pants sagging to their damn knees, looking like they rapped and all this other stuff. Like, I was down for niggas like that. Those are the type of guys that I wanted. I wanted dudes like that who were way more different than me. I wanted somebody that was hard and this and that and walked around and carried a gun and always ready to blast on a nigga when they saw him. That's the type of dude that I wanted, until I realized that wasn't what I needed at all. We can want something all damn day, but that does not mean that that's something that we need. And when you have the mentality of a damn Channing, you're going to forever be in failed relationships when you think like that. That's stupid. Why even place that on somebody else? That's stupid. To me, that's stupid. Why even do that? Why even place that type of shit on anybody? That's stupid. What make you think that that's cool for you to say some shit like that? Like, you judging her because she decided to upgrade herself, upgrade her life, upgrade the type of man that she wants. Look at the type of men that she's had in the past. She had Bow Wow, she had 50 Cent, and she had Future. And none of those men treated her with any type of respect that she fucking deserved. Let's be honest. Bow Wow cheated, from what I heard, allegedly. I'm gonna say allegedly. Bow Wow cheated on her with a stripper. Allegedly. That's what happened. Bow Wow cheated on her with a stripper when they was young. Okay, that's allegedly. I don't really know what happened with 50 Cent, but I know he didn't treat her right for a fact. He don't even treat himself right. He don't even treat his kids right. So what make you think he don't treat a woman right? Okay. And we already know that Future wasn't shit. We already know that. So what we talking about here? What are we talking about? And then for you to say that Ciara never would have got with Future if he never would have got with Russell if he didn't have no money. Future got money too. Future got money too. So what's the difference? What's the difference? And then for you to say, yeah, Ciara got a good situation, but when it comes down to you saying that she got a good situation, there is no but. The facts are she's in a good situation. That's all that really matters in this situation, is the fact that she is in a good situation. It's the fact that she's in a relationship that she can be proud of. It's the fact that she got a man in her life that her son can be molded after. That's something that her son can appreciate, a man that treats his mother with respect. Do you hear yourself? Do you know how dumb you sound? Because as someone that's a son and has a mom, if my mother ever got in a relationship with another man, it has to be someone that I know that's respectful of her. Like, she ain't got to pick the type of man that I want her to have, because at the end of the day, she can't choose the man that I want. She can't choose the man that my sister wants. She can't choose the women that my brother may, decide to be with, because he had a girlfriend in the past that none of us like, but we had to let him deal with that on his own and realize what it was for himself. So we can't choose the ones that our loved ones want. But what I'm saying is, as someone that has a mom and that's a son and seeing his mother go through different things with his stepfather, I would want someone to be with my mama that's respectful. I would want my mother to be with someone that I want to be like. I would want my mother to be with a man that my brother would want to be like. I would want my mother to be with someone that respects her and treats her like the queen that she is. Future did not treat Ciara like the queen that she was and still is. So why would she want to be with a man like Future, who dogged her out and cheated on her and did everything under the sun to her, and did it in the public and did not care nothing about it? It make me feel like you the one with the man crush. It feel like you the one who really want to be with Future. If you ask me, what's really going on, Channing? What's really going on? Because you capping too hard for Future. You really are, as if he's the ideal man or something like that. No, I can't. Like, no. At the end of the day, it is what it is. Like, are you serious? No. Mm-mm. I feel like it's just crazy to me that it's just crazy to me that you would sit up here on a podcast and say that and think that that's okay, and then you turn around and then you mock Russell and all this other stuff. And I just feel like why is it acceptable for people to be with men that are disrespectful, and why is it acceptable for women to be with men that are toxic, that shows themselves to be toxic? We praise men like 50 Cent, and we praise men like the baby, and we praise men like Future, and we praise men like that because they're bad boys, and that's something that we're not supposed to have. But when it comes down to a man like Russell Simmons, we turn our nose up at it like there's something wrong with that situation. We turn up our nose at them because there's something they're not hip. We turn our nose up at them because they're square. But we rather be with men like J.R. Smith, who treats women like shit. Who publicly disrespects women. You know what I mean? We rather be with a man like that. We rather praise men like that because they're macho. That toxic masculinity type of man. The man with male toxicity. Those are the men that we want to praise, and those are the men that we want our women to be with. No. It doesn't make any sense to me. I have a sister who dealt with a lot of toxic ass men. And honestly, and if we keeping it real, as her brother, I didn't like none of the men she ever took home. If we being real, I didn't like none of those men. Why? Because they were just like Future. Why? Because they was just like J.R. Smith. Why? Because they was just like 50 Cent. Why? Because they was just like Stevie J. Why? Because they was just like Peter Guns. Why, as her older brother, would I ever want my sister to be involved with niggas like that anyway? Why would I? Those were the men that she wanted. Those were the men that she liked, true. But I always spoke my mind and said that I ain't like these. I don't like. I'm like, I don't like that nigga for you. I don't like it. I don't like it. It ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? They got nothing to do with me. You do what you do. You do what you want to do. But I don't like him for you. And guess what? She ain't with neither one of them. Why? Because she knew her worth and she walked away. So, and that's what Ciara did. She knew her worth and she walked the hell away from that situation. What the hell make you think that that was okay to say? What, like, really? That's what you think? That's what you think a woman's supposed to be with? That's what you think a man is supposed to be? Like Future? With multiple baby mamas and kids that he probably don't even see about? But see, that's that toxic shit. We praise this toxic ass bullshit. We praise it. We love it. We crave it. We love it. And we wonder why we always in fucked up ass relationships. Because that's what we want. I don't get why we want to push our women to be with men like Future or J.R. Smith or 50 Cent so they can be listening to years, like Bondi Blue said on her video the other day, years upon years of Mary J. Blige albums. So we want them to be sitting up here crying, what's the 411, my life, strength of a woman, share my world, and marry all damn day. To get through their pain and listen to the Waiting to Exhale soundtrack and talk about how a man did them wrong. We don't want them to be happy. We want them to be sad and stuck and depressed. That's what we want. And that's not acceptable to me. I got a mama. I got a sister. I got sisters. I got 3 sisters. I have many female friends. I don't ever want to see them in no relationship with no man that doesn't see them for what they're worth. Just like I ain't like none of my sister's boyfriends, I didn't like none of my homegirls' boyfriends either. It's a rarity that I like they men because I saw right through them. I see the misogyny that they had. I see the toxicity that they had. You damn right I ain't want my friend to be with them niggas. For what? And guess what? I turned out to be right. When they just thought that I was being what you see on my shirt, an asshole. No, I wasn't being an asshole. I just saw it for what it was. Period. Okay? Period. Point blank. Okay? But y'all, that's all I really got to say about this, because that was just stupid to me. That was completely stupid to me, period. Like, are you serious? That's what you want all women to be? Child. Anyway, with that being said, you guys, before we go, let's get into the up and coming things that I got coming up on Scotty by Nature TV. Let's get into it. And the Whether You Like It or Not panel will be coming back on May the 2nd at 8:30, at 9:30, 8:30 Central Time, starring Scotty by Nature TV, Josiah's World TV, Giving You the Real Teas, Yocrates, Really Be TV, and Simply Sakina, okay? We will be covering the Real Housewives of Atlanta as well as Basketball Wives all spring, all summer. Yes, indeed, okay? The Influence with myself and Reggie, that will be coming out in the second or third week of April. Of course, it will be a 7-episode show. I've decided to move from 10 episodes to 7, so it's going to be a 7-episode show, featuring some of our childhood friends as well as TTB and many others. Okay, and we'll be talking about Black music and Black music only. All right. Next up is Who Was Wrong. I just revealed the cast. Okay, the cast will be myself, Giving You the Real Tea, Erica De Niro TV, Alex Salter, Make It Make Sense, Bundy Blue, Jamie That's Me, Melanated Crowns, Josiah's World TV, Gigi with the Juice, and House of Aaron. I hope I did not forget anybody. If I did, charge it to my mind and not my heart. But if you want to know who is all on the cast, I did a reveal of the cast on my community wall. So be on the lookout for that. All right. And also to come this week is roast and review. Me, Josiah, and Terrence. We will be roasting and reviewing Candy and the Gang, as well as Love and Marriage Huntsville at 8/7 Central on Wednesday night. And it will be on Josiah's World TV's channel. He just sent us the link just now as I was filming. So I will be posting the link to my community wall so you guys can go over there and set your reminders. It will be on Josiah's channel this week. And also, Saturday night would be the episode of Boys Night Out. It will be the 9th episode of Boys Night Out. It will feature me, Jamar, Maddie, Terrence, and Josiah. We will be coming in for about an hour right after Love and Marriage Huntsville and right before Terrence's live review of Love and Marriage Huntsville. We'll be going on for an hour for Boys Night Out. All right. Okay, so that's pretty much the gist of that. And if you want to follow me on social media, all you gotta do is follow me on Twitter and IG. It will be at the bottom of the video. And if you guys want me to follow you back on IG, all you got to do is hit me up in the DMs with the hashtag Mrs. Team Scotty, and I would definitely follow you back because I do follow people back on IG. Most definitely, okay? So with that being said, you guys, your boy's out of here. Until my next video, I will talk to you guys later. Peace out.